A big hello to everyone tuning in from around the world. My name is Gary Kendall. I'm a minister in the Dolphin Star Temple, and I'm here today to bring you this week's session of Awaken Your Divine Purpose. And our focus for this session is going to be on embracing freedom. We might want to start by addressing what embracing freedom might mean for us. Have you had the opportunity to ask yourself, exactly where is my spiritual work taking me? Have you had the time to really deeply connect with where you think you're heading? I think that all of us have a sense that we are spiritually striving for something in our lives that we're lacking. Maybe we focus on overcoming the limitations in our everyday life. Maybe this is our spiritual goal. Or maybe we think about liberating ourselves from the legacy that our parents have passed down to us, or the legacy of past mistakes. Maybe we think broadly about liberating our souls and thereafter being able to embed ourselves in the beautiful universe, to open ourselves up to the wisdom and the light of the entire cosmos. So today we give our focus to imagining and experiencing what the outcome of embracing our true freedom might be. And this raises a few important questions for us. One of these is, how do I come to a place of embracing my freedom? And what is true freedom in a spiritual sense? And maybe eventually then, who are we when we achieve this freedom? Maybe the answers to these questions can help us in steering our spiritual evolution in a way that takes us closer and closer to our true freedom. So to begin, I ask you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and to focus on being totally present in your body. And tell your body that you have the intention of embracing your true freedom. And then ask the following: am I contracted or am I radiating when I have this thought? True freedom. Our doubts and our fears cause contractions. So speak to any space in your body that feels contracted. Take a deep breath and ask that part of your body to release its resistance. Bring that part of your body into a state of calm. And now welcome the presence into this space of the higher council of light of the Dolphin Star Temple. And ask that the energy of the city of light at Mount Shasta be anchored in the space that's all around you. Take a moment to feel gratitude for all the things in your life that have given you joy and happiness. And as you're feeling that, focus your attention on the area around your heart and feel the energy that's created there. And imagine that the light in your heart area becomes more and more intense. Know that this energy is you It's your divine light. Now invite your higher self to reveal itself in the center of this light, your higher self present in that light that you hold in your heart center. It is your divine purity, your divine wisdom. Expand your focus to include your tube of light that runs from the top of your auric field down along the spine to the bottom of your auric field. Another part that's very, very close in its frequency to the energy around your heart center. If it might be useful to you, look at the diagram on the screen showing the tube of light surrounded by the entire auric field. And then invite your higher self, the light, to fill your tube of light with the light of your higher self. Now follow that higher self energy from the space around your heart. Let it flow down through the tube of light to the base of your spine. And allow this energy to awaken your root chakra. Let the energy flow to the bottom of your aura beneath your feet. Follow the light down through the earth portal chakra and then down into the core of the earth. There you can embrace the deep centering energies of the earth. Now follow the tube of light back up from the earth, re-entering your auric field. Invite the earth energies to help fill your tube of light up and into the space of your heart center. And now follow along as these energies, your higher self energies, rise up through the tube of light, up through the tube of light, and flow into your crown chakra. And allow them to fill the crown chakra as much as possible, filling yourself with your higher self energy. Follow the light up through the cosmic portal chakra above your head and up into the expanse of the cosmos. There your light can embrace the transcendent, enlightening energies of the cosmos. Now follow your tube of light back down into your aura, letting the light flow back into you. Invite the cosmic energies from above you to help fill your tube of light down into the space of your heart center. And in the heart center, we blend the energies of the earth and the cosmos together. In this way, you balance yourself between the earth and the cosmos and bring that balance to your higher self. And just listen now to these words from Amora Kuan Yin. She says, one of the goals for many of us on the spiritual path is to come to the point where there is no higher self to call in, because it's grounded through the body all the time. Our consciousness is the divine self. Our emotional body is the body of the divine self. So if you've tended to think of the higher self as a higher aspect of yourself, you might stop to realize that you're just a smaller aspect of that. It's the other way around. The human self is just a little piece of your I am presence. If you haven't already, please open your eyes. I believe that embracing your freedom happens through 100 small steps. This is what you've been doing as you've been clearing your light body, clearing yourself of beliefs, contracts, behavior patterns, stuck emotions, and more. The release of each one of these cuts a small thread of limitation that's been holding you back. And as you clear more and more of these limitations, you may find yourself living in a world that's quite different from where you started. But how do we embrace freedom? How does that come to be? Well, I think we can describe this in some steps that are universal, steps that are universally experienced by people who are walking a spiritual path like you. The first of these steps is readiness, having readiness. The second, I think, is shifting your identity. The third is entering the void. The fourth, connecting through the soul. And lastly, awakening to oneness. We're going to examine each one of these steps, have some discussion, and for each one, we will have a small meditation to help us anchor that step within ourselves. Readiness. Readiness comes to those who realize they need to make a change in their life. They need to walk a different path. At some point in your life, it happens. You know that you're seeking to be free of limitations that other people take for granted, that other people just accept in their lives. Maybe you have an emergent feeling coming from deep inside of you, a feeling like, I just need to be free of this. And then you have the will, the intention to walk a different path, a spiritual path in your life. And if you're listening to us now, then you've probably experienced this already in your life. And so now, using our power of intention, let's strengthen and reinforce our clear intention to embrace our freedom. And it's important that we not put energy into defining what that is yet. Instead, what we will do is that we will hold our intention to experience our freedom, and then release that intention into the cosmos. It is important in engaging our intention that we do not invoke our will to power, that we do not attempt to cause things to happen. Instead, what we do is we create a totally open space in which things can emerge, in which things can happen. Embracing freedom is embracing a space of infinite possibilities. And for our meditation, please close your eyes and refocus your attention on the light of the higher self that you hold within you. And release all sense of neediness within yourself, all sense of urgency, all need to succeed. Release all attachment to outcomes and take yourself into a space of stillness. Ask your higher self of the light to help you gather your intention to embrace your freedom. Let that energy gather strength. Breathe into it and let it grow. And add to this energy your highest intention for a pure spiritual alignment in your life. Your love for the potential of true freedom. And what we're going to do is that we're going to take a deep breath while holding this energy. This helps to crystallize the energy within us. And then on the exhale, we are going to release our intention out into the cosmos. So first, take a deep breath. Hold it. Hold it. And now release that energy out into the divine flow of the cosmos. And just let go. And please listen now to these words from Amora Kuan Yin. She says, and the whole spiritual path is simply a process of retrieving those places of misplaced identity, returning them to essence. So once again, you can be the observer of your reality without being in reaction. Feel that connection to the light inside. And imagine that you walk through the days of your life from that place, from that purity, with everything that happened to you. You simply witnessed it and sent the soul's light into it. So please open your eyes. Those 100 small steps in embracing your freedom, they are all about giving up false identity, what Amora gently calls misplaced identity, and an identity that you have created for yourself. And your freedom is not a thing to embrace. You discover your freedom as a process of releasing false identity and embracing the identity of your higher self. False identity involves projections that others have placed upon you. This is especially true of our parents. And of course, there are many roles that we take on in our families for the family's benefit. False identity also involves adaptations that we have made to solve the dilemmas that we find ourselves in our lives. False identity also involves aspects of the collective consciousness, the social consciousness, especially the collective consciousness that we grow up in. And yes, you have been wrapped in a cocoon of misunderstandings, misinformation, misinterpretation, and limiting patterns that you've received from others. And releasing your false identity raises the key question, who am I then? Who am I when I've released all of these limitations in my life? Of course, your higher self teaches you that you're a divine being of the light. But how do you actualize that each day? How do you effectively weave that into the patterns of your life? And there's a path, a journey to bringing yourself into that place, to bringing yourself into that alignment. It happens in 100 small steps in which you become more and more identified with your higher self, that your identity is coming and emanating from your higher self, and you let go of all of those patterns and behaviors that have been part of your life up to this point. You embrace change because you're not part of the old system anymore. And maybe the glue, the feelings, the emotions that have held that old system in place, all of that begins to dissolve away. The old view crumbles, and something greater, your view of the world around you, changes and shifts, taking you to a place that you've never been before. It may take time, but with everything that you do, every act that you perform that's in alignment with your higher self, you come closer and closer to embracing that freedom that you want. You find a new and different way of living your life. You leave the bubble of the interlocking beliefs formed by others, and you form your own bubble, your own space to hold. The experience of freedom, holding your own space, is its own reward. And when the old identity begins to fall apart, there must be a new foundation on which to live your life. And that foundation is the light of the higher self. And now a meditation that is a practical exercise in living from the energy of our higher self. This is one of the simplest healing meditative exercises that I know. We call upon our higher self to guide us. The most important purpose for this healing practice is to learn to be our own source of healing, to be your own healing master. In this meditation, we call upon our higher self to send us the healing energy that we most need. So close your eyes, relax, and connect once again to the light that you hold around your heart center. Again, Ask your higher self to emanate the energy of your divine true self from within that center. And you can also think to ask for the presence of your guides, such as Archangel Michael. Now visualize in front of you an image of yourself as you are at this exact moment. Feel your true state of being, including your challenges and limitations. Place your hands around that image of yourself with your palms facing inward. This is demonstrated in the diagram I am showing. Ask that an energy run between your hands. That energy, it is most beneficial to you. Trust the wisdom of your hands and trust the wisdom of your higher self to send to you the energy that is most beneficial to you. Continue the flow of healing energy to yourself as long as you want. Give it time to build up and intensify. And it's important to know in doing this that you are the source of your own healing. That you, embodying your higher self, provides the energy that brings healing to you. It's so important to learn to receive in this way, and to absorb the energies that you need to live your life in the best way possible. And just stay in a state of calm, in a state of peace. As I read the following words coming from Amora Kuan Yin, she says, "The step between letting go and embracing freedom is the void. The void is a place in which there are no goals and no identity. There is nothing there but you. If you've released all attachments and surrender to your own divinity, the void is heaven. It is relaxation into peace. There is nothing to be responsible for. There is nothing to do. Each step frees you a bit, so that maybe the waves of creation, the waves from source, can move in a little more. There will come a point for you in which there is nothing to strive for anymore. You will have no urgency." And just take in those words and let Amora's words inspire you to give to yourself more and more of what it is that you need in peace, in calm, without urgency, from a place of purity, a place that we call the void. And when you're ready, relax your hands, return your awareness to your body, and open your eyes. Entering the void. The more that you rid yourself of the limiting patterns of thought and behavior that have ruled your life, the more that you find yourself in an open space. This is the space in which you must ultimately release all causal thinking and all causal feeling. And the more that you let go of your false identity, the more space that will be in your life for the actions that you freely choose for yourself. It's in this open space that you begin to discover who you really are. You enter the space of the void. And what do you do with your free choice when nothing is compelled, nothing is necessary, and there's nothing to defend? In order to finally escape the legacy of our false identity, you must embrace the space that is totally open and devoid of limitations. Because the more open it is, the more likely it is that your actions will be in alignment with your divine true self, in alignment with your higher self. And what actions are called forth in this space? It is in this space that the creative powers of the cosmos flow freely. And in order to feel them, you need to be free. The energy of unfolding creation flows and new possibilities emerge. The void is the space in which you discover the true freedom that comes with releasing yourself to divine flow. And as you release your old self, you're able to embody the kind of spiritual warrior that Amora talks about, and to live in response to the divine flow of the universe. And let's prepare to enter the void in a meditation. So close your eyes and turn off all perception of the outer world. Again, focus all of your attention on the light within and around your heart center. Maybe you visualize it as a ball of light. Ask that the light within you radiate an expression of your true self, the vibration that is uniquely your own. This is the light of your divine true self. Now visualize that this light within you expands let it expand to fill your whole chest. Let it expand further into your body. And visualize that it begins to expand out into your auric field until it fills the entire space of your aura. Feel your inner light as your pure essence. And visualize now that this pure essence that is you can move. It can float. It can move up. Visualize that you float up out of your seat and off above the earth. There is a place in the higher dimensions of the universe in which only the great forces of the cosmos exist. It is a place beyond the planets and stars. We go to this space and ask for the assistance of the divine Elohim. With the help of the divine Elohim, we enter the pure space of the void. Visualize yourself now in that space that is empty of all tangible things. This is a place in which thoughts disappear and emotions release into nothingness. Ask to release every unessential thing that you have carried with you. Everything that you cling to in your everyday life as necessary to your survival and important to who you think you are. Let them go. Let it all go so that you can discover your pure self at the core. Your pure self in the absence of worldly distractions. When you let go of everything, only your pure self, the higher self, the I am, remains with you. So, to fully liberate ourselves, here within the space of the void, let your body release all the pains and sorrows that you have held inside. Let your body cry. Here there is nothing to hold these, so they can just fade away. Those feelings which have come from the illusion of separation, they have no space here. You can cry into the void. and let your mind come to rest. Release all thoughts and the pressure to think and to understand. Release your mental protections. Thinking is useless here. The void is wordless and without thought. And try to reach in and feel your deepest core anxiety. Try to feel it and let it drift away. There is nothing here to hold it as a part of you. And so you release everything, everything, and become like nothing. Nothing except your pure essence. And let the propelling force of the universe move you like a leaf in the wind. Let yourself be taken to those high dimensional spaces where the universe wants to take you. Let yourself drift and rise. Trust the universe to see and understand beyond your own capabilities and understanding. Trust yourself to be held in the arms of the universe. Don't try to understand. Relax, release it, and let go. And as you release and surrender, you're taken through the 0 point, the point of infinite possibilities. And from that point, you can emerge as yourself. Here you are. Examine yourself. What is your true identity? Where will you be heading now in your life? And holding on to your deep memory of this experience. Return now to where your physical body is in time and space. You are both a being of time and space on the earth and a being outside of time and space in the cosmos. Return to your room and to the sacred space that you created at the beginning of this work. Feel all of this energy that you have brought with you in your physical body. Hold it and retain the deep knowledge that is part now of who you truly are. And as you sit now and relax, listen to these words from Amor Kuan Yin. Impeccability is when you know what is right and what is needed, and you choose to do it. This means that even if you feel afraid to speak your truth or do what is right, that you do not let yourself believe in the fear, and you say and do the correct thing anyway. Many people give a lot of power away to fear. And the moment fear arises, it is an instant excuse to be cowardly. Spirit is not cowardly. Spirit knows the difference in trust and illusion. And if you want to progress on the spiritual path, you must choose truth. We all have a place in our souls where we know what is right, where we know the difference in trust and illusion. When you're ready, open your eyes. What does freedom feel like? Freedom from constant worry. Freedom from other people's projections about you. Freedom from the fear that you're doing something wrong. Freedom from striving to live up to your potential. Freedom from defending who you are. It is the freedom to let go and be your true self. Freedom is perceiving and connecting to the world directly through your soul. The experience of freedom is like arriving in a wide open field with no obstructions. It does not matter which direction you walk. It does not matter whether you move or not. When you release yourself to divine flow, then you move as if an invisible wind is propelling you. You blend with divine flow, and you are part of everything. There are so many possibilities ahead, and yet nothing is definite. It is a field of possibilities in which you can move in any direction. Once you cross over the threshold into this new land, in an important sense, there is very little to hold you back. There is no one to judge you. And you have most probably stopped judging yourself. There is no need to be careful and to evaluate your thoughts and actions. Whatever they are, they reflect you. It is just to be and accept. There is really no reason to interfere with yourself. No other way to be in harmony with this new environment that surrounds you. No other way to be in harmony with your inner divine light, with your higher self, and with the oneness. You really do find yourself in an open plane of possibilities. Arriving in the open plane, into that place of infinite possibilities, is something we all desire in our life. And it's a beautiful goal. And it's clearly something that we all have a good sense of what it would mean in our lives. And in everyday life, sustaining that vision is not always easy for us. We all know that we come to places where we're somewhere on the edge of that plane, and yet taking the final step and having the final opportunity to walk into that space is difficult. So, as a kind of a coda on everything we've said, as a kind of a postlude, I want to talk a little bit about dealing with the imperfections we experience in our life when we're trying to embrace our freedom. And it often happens toward the end of releasing your old self that some challenge emerges from deep inside of you. It is something in you that resists the final release and that creates a roadblock on the path to your new self. This final challenge is often something absorbed into your personality during your first 3 years of life. Something so fundamental that you hardly know how to put a name on it. It is often connected to your core anxiety and to the core life issues that your parents passed on to you. Releasing this is no easy task. It means facing some deep fears that your personality may have tried very hard to avoid facing up to, especially the fear of losing your connection to the collective and finding yourself alone. It is the final challenge that the old self presents to you before it can be broken down. It is like a guardian that stands before the open plain, trying to block you from entering the realm of the new self. And how do you get past this guardian? My experience is that when the open plain is before you, then one way or another, you must make peace with whatever you have brought with you. Being in opposition to your fear only leaves you stuck in duality. Whatever the fear, you must feel it, acknowledge it, and let it move through you. Whatever the issue, you must break its limiting bubble to move on to the greater truth. That is what you have learned and practiced on the path of healing. You have experienced this transition many times. Somehow, by instinct or conscious effort, you find your way to a place of neutrality. Then, as you put the guardian behind you and you enter into that open plane as the new self, everything will seem to have changed. This is the final moment at which the old self collapses. The bubble of its reality breaks. You are truly free, like pure energy, like wind blowing across the open plain. For our final meditation, we offer a prayer. Divine Creator, help me to live my life in a place of freedom. Help me to be completely blended with my higher self. Help me to release all limitations so I might blend everything I am with you. Grant to me the consciousness to know the difference between trust and illusion. The consciousness to recognize myself as part of your oneness. And Divine Creator, help me to liberate my capacity for love so that I might love like you. Grant me the freedom to love those who are limited and those who are limiting. Grant me the freedom to love myself, especially as a biological being on the earth. Grant me the freedom to love the earth just the way that it is. And grant me the freedom to know love without limitations. So be it. So thank you all very much for being here with me and sharing these meditations and teachings. And I personally want to give thanks to the board of the Dolphin Star Temple for inviting me to participate and to help give support to this project and to give our continuing support to spreading the word of the teachings of Amora Kuan Yin. During my presentation, I've included numerous quotes from Amora, and I want to mention that many of these are available in Amora's book, Affinity, and this is a book that you can buy through the Dolphin Star Temple store online. Other quotes are from Amora's channelings, and those channelings are available in MP3 form or in CD form, also at the store of the Dolphin Star Temple website. Lastly, I should mention that I was reading some quotes from my own book. Whoops, here it is. Breaking Bubbles and Awakening Oneness, where I found that I had previously written a lot of words that seemed relevant to this topic. This is also available in the store at the Dolphin Star Temple website. So with many thanks and lots of love and appreciation to all of you. Bye-bye.